All right, we are live. First live stream for Sports to the Wire. Barrick is ready to go on this early Sunday morning. Now, my singing
Mhm.
skills ain't really that good, though, man.
Don't worry about it.
All right,
Mine
so
isn't
what's up,
either.
everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am your host, Rashid. My boy on the other side of the panel there is Barrick.
What's going on, guys?
All right, right. All right, man. So, you see the topics on screen there, man. Deshaun Watson, the lawsuits. I think the last news coverage I've seen of it was at 13. But Barrick, you're saying it's up to like almost 31 now?
No, no. Last we checked, it was 22 civil cases
Mm-hmm.
against him pending.
All right,
And
take us off, man. Take us off.
the bottom line is that he's in a position right now where he's waiting like everyone else is waiting. He's waiting to see how this thing plays out. We're trying to figure out what is authentic and what is not authentic. There's been a few that have come out and said, hey, you know what, this is not true. And, there's factual evidence that Deshaun Watson wasn't at the location at the masseuse when these allegations took place. So right now, they're just trying to figure out which case is pretty much authentic and which isn't. But the bottom line is the Houston Texans also trying to field offers and trying to get him traded out of town. Before it was like, well, if you're trying to leave town, in my theory, don't because you got all these cases against you. Now the Texans are looking to part ways, but they're trying to figure this thing out first. First, the law will take over, and then the NFL will take over. They're going to try to see if they can expedite this thing as fast as humanly possible. And that way, they can get some kind of understanding what's going on. And then once that's cleared, and then they can get them traded out of town. But a lot of these cases right now, they don't hold a lot of weight, brother. They just don't. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to look at this situation in the next month or two, or maybe 3 or 4, because the Houston Texans and the NFL want to have this resolved before the NFL season kicks off. So, this thing will get expedited. Believe that. So this is
All
where
right,
we
all
are
right.
right now.
I wanted to mention I'm in Concord, New Hampshire. So this is a
Mhm.
different location for me. So my bad. The lighting is not that great in here. And a shout out to the Concord. Was it the Hampton Inn over here? Let me just make sure I got that right over here, man. They've been very hospitable to me there.
The Hampton Inn.
And yes,
Hmm.
yeah. Let me make sure. Yeah, the Hampton Inn in Concord and slash boat. New Hampshire. They've been really, really good to me over here. Letting me use the conference room here. All right, so my thing
Right.
is let's see. Where are the well, why haven't these women went to the police and filed criminal charges immediately?
You know why?
Why civil lawsuits? I don't know if this is taboo or not, but this guy
I mean, the bottom line is this. You see this in every situation that's involving in rape allegations or sexual misconduct. And you ask the same question all the time. Why did this situation go downhill the way it did? Why did it take so long? Because they knew right now it wouldn't hold any weight. Deshaun Watson's a somebody. Okay? He's a somebody. Now, when these things happen, he was a somebody back then too. But to the point now, think about it. He's trying to leave town. He wants to get a mass exodus out of Houston. And now here come the allegations. A lot of them. 22 of them. You ask yourself common logically, if you got 22 civil suit allegations against you, are you going to start taking truth that this man did them all? He probably did a few of them, but not all of them. Let's all try to get paid.
that's a lot because we know
Let's
because we
all
know
try to get some attention.
we know the Me Too movement is a big thing, man. It's a big thing. We see people like I think I mentioned this on one of our last shows when we covered Deshaun Watson over here. Is that when
Mm-hmm.
you have somebody that jumps from the Empire State Building, the very next day they have to have cops actually stationed there because other copycats will actually try to do the same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
we see this a lot in society here, and
Right.
this guy, what's his net worth though, Barrick? Like right off the rip. I mean, now you don't gotta be
His
approximate. What do you
net
think?
worth. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know what his net worth is at the moment, but I know what his contract stipulates, and his contract is over to 138 million at this point.
Oh yeah, man. See, with
He is signed.
women will be fawning for this guy over here, man. Fawning for him like this.
Yeah, well,
130
yeah, but
million dollars. He actually is considered a high valued male. You know, a high valued male, and there's no
mhm.
reason for him to actually do these things in a sense. Though I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but the fact that you actually don't go to the police and file criminal charges,
Mhm.
it's a lot of suspect to me in a sense, though.
Well, listen, again, everything is suspect. But you look at the fact. Listen, I've talked to my wife about it, my sister, female friends, family members, and I asked them, why do women decide to wait the last minute to
Yeah,
come forth if they felt like they had been violated in some way? And you've seen it happen with politicians. You see it
yeah.
happen with actors. Look at Weinstein case. Look what happened with my man. Look what happened. Oh my game with Bill Cosby. Okay, so whether or not it's truth or not, we're not going to sit here and talk about truth or false. Okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about why they take so long to come
Yeah,
forward.
the timing, the Bill
You
Cosby
know,
case. I
but
mean, he
yeah, I
criticizes
mean,
Obama. He
right,
criticizes Obama,
yeah,
and
because
then a week and a half later, these women starts coming out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I'm looking at the timing of this. Why are you coming out now and actually saying these things? You know,
it
a
takes
person
one
can actually
person.
run for some type of political position.
Hey,
Then all of a sudden now,
mhm.
um, you have all these allegations coming out of nowhere now. So we gotta look at the timing of things, and just picture yourself that being on a jury panel in a sense though. What the credibility is everything. The man is women are fawning to be with this guy. There's
Mhm.
groupies, we know this,
Right,
at every game at the hotels. So
right,
why
right,
does he
right,
need
right.
to actually go ahead and do this?
Well, I mean, because maybe he's a sexual deviant, brother. I mean, let's just look at it what it is. Maybe that's what he is. Maybe he just is in a position. He's in there with all these masseuses now. It's not like he picked them up on the street. He went to a massage parlor. Okay, I haven't seen any video of him walking in and out of a massage parlor. Okay, maybe his legal team has decided not to release it if there's any there at all, or maybe there's no video footage at all. Maybe all these are false allegations. We don't know.
Yeah,
Everything right now is speculative. All we do know is there's civil suits against this man and the timing of his things. Okay, but again, like I said, I get a lot of these female opinions, and they just tell you sometimes a woman feels like it's their fault,
okay.
and when they feel like it's their fault, they sort of go into a little foxhole. So either they get the right opinion or advice, or when they see a situation getting out of hand, and then they want to speak up. But I can go with that to a degree, but the timing of it stinks. According to these
Yeah,
women, this
it's
happened
not
years
like this
ago.
guy. This guy is a mobster, where you talk against this guy, he's gonna put you 6 feet under. He's not.
Right.
I don't think he's that type of guy in a sense. This is not like a kingpin you're going against, a kingpin mastermind criminal or anything like that. So
Right.
yeah, again, like I said, why wait so long? I guess that we have to do some more research on that. We gotta look
Yeah, I
into
mean,
the psychology of things.
the psychological thing is crazy, but right now the situation is very simple, brother. You have allegations against you. You are the face of the Houston Texans. You've been responsible for this team making the playoffs, the success that they had, because of your leadership. And you traded J.J. Watt to town. You traded DeAndre Hopkins a year before. It was poorly ran by Coach O'Brien, who was a Bill Belichick disciple. Now they got rid of him because he was both the GM and the head coach, so they thought he was ruining things. And now when you get rid of all your star players and you're not getting to the playoffs anymore, now you have a bad record of 4-12. Now you went out of town. These are the reasons I bring this up because this is what Deshaun Watson was saying. He wants out of town for these reasons. The organization is being poorly ran. He's not being included with the decisions. And how familiar is that when players get upset when they're not being included? So when all this comes out, then here come the allegations. That is where we are. And now the NFL, the Houston Texans, and of course Deshaun Watson's representatives want to get this thing settled between now and before the season begins. So we got to get more facts on this. Right now, this is where we are. We haven't gotten any kind of, comments from all 22 women, directly explaining what happened. And again, there's no video footage of this man entering and leaving at the times that these women have said. So right now, this is all allegations. 22 of them does raise eyebrows, but this is where we are.
All right. We're gonna switch topics to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, man.
Tournament. I think they still have the number 7 seed, Barrick, man. What's going on in La La Land over there, man?
Well, we talked about this weeks ago, bro. We knew they were going to be in the play-in tournament. LeBron knew that. That's why he came out and made all those comments, man. Like, I don't like this play-in tournament no more. I got a bad ankle, blah, blah, blah. Listen, man, you are in the play-in tournament now. And you're going to have to play through this bad boy to get out of there. I think the Lakers can do it. But this is the problem.
Right, now, who are they going to match up with now? Let's see. Let me see.
The 7 will play the 10. So the 7 will play the 10. And you have, I think not Memphis. You have Lakers at 7. And
they play the Spurs.
And then you get the 8th and 9th. Okay, so they're going to be playing the 10. They're the 7, and the Spurs are the 10.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I think. Now, what do you think? Now, the probability of San Antonio, you have Greg Popovich there,
right?
You got.
Can they beat San Antonio? Let me tell you something. San Antonio's dangerous, bro. San Antonio's dangerous. I mean, it's a good shot that the Lakers can get beat by San Antonio. They've been scoring points lately. Their defense has been tip-top, but this is Greg Popovich. But as you alluded to a couple of weeks ago, and I alluded to a few weeks back as well, this team is not constructed very well.
Yeah.
We talked about the fact that you take these 2 players out the equation, this team basically, and in basically a short word, sucks. Okay? Yes. So, now with that being said, your 2 star players are back, but they're not fully healthy. This is a word now on the basketball street. So is that a setup? If you get knocked out of this thing, is that a setup to say, oh, we had excuses? No, you don't get that. You don't get that because you're the world champs. And then you went and signed Andre Drummond.
Yeah, who I don't like. I mean, if the Lakers, I mean, oh man, you're talking about Greg Popovich, a championship coach, and he's going to treat this like this is Game 6 in the finals here. And of course. You're not going to be able to utilize Andre Drummond. I mean, he's really going to be rendered useless because he can't hit free throws. And don't be surprised if
Hacker Drummond.
Yeah, Hacker Drummond. Yeah, I mean, don't be surprised if Greg Popovich goes deep into that bench. So every team has like foul guys in a sense, though. Like guys who are going to put fouls on. Yeah. Every team has that. And don't be surprised if Greg Popovich. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Listen, man, it's going to be interesting. I told you privately in one of our private conversations, I said, listen, out of all the teams that we're going to be looking at during the course of the playoffs, we're not even going to be looking at Brooklyn. We're going to be looking at the LA Lakers because they're the champions. They're the ones that's been in the back pages and the front pages and the middle pages. They're the ones that get all the attention. LeBron making all these comments, about the woke movement, the Me Too movement, all of it.
This is the best constructed team. This is such a deep team. I mean, well, not that deep to me, and I said this on, I think the Brooklyn Nets thing I did was, I mean, they have more of an up and down season than the Lakers. And look, they're number 2.
Well,
that's a deep team. That's a deep team.
That's a team that's been properly constructed with shooters and rebounders. And you have swingmen. You got a team where everybody has an identity and they have a responsibility and they act accordingly and they buy in to what's going on. And when you have, that's a proper constructed team. Back in the 80s, you had the Celtics. Larry Bird went down, or Robert Parrish or Kevin McHale. They still had Dennis Johnson. They still had Danny Ainge. They had Seastein coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? They had players coming on. The Lakers back in the days, the same thing. When Magic went down, they still got to the finals, you know, because they had Worthy and A.J. Green and Byron Scott and them boys. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. You have to have a solid nucleus beyond the star players. When you rely on the star players to be healthy, to perform at a high level, night in and night out, and that doesn't happen, the reality of your team comes to the forefront. It becomes a fruition, and that's what happened with the Lakers. So now your star players are not 100%. They're going to try to play in this playing tournament and come out of it, and then when they come out of it, they're going to need to deal with the Phoenix Suns or the Utah Jazz. And I'm going to tell you something.
And that's the whole thing. I like the matchup with the Lakers for the Phoenix Suns because LeBron at the point is a matchup nightmare. And
you know what? That's right. You know what? Because I'm going to tell you something I haven't said yet, and I've been holding it back. I've been talking so much about how great the emergence of the Suns and the emergence of the Utah Jazz in the Western Conference has breathed life into the NBA. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not sold on the Western Conference as a whole. I think if the Lakers do catch lightning in a bottle, they can run it right through. They catch lightning in a bottle. They are somewhat healthy. You know what? They can run it through.
You have really nobody that matches up with LeBron James. No. I mean, as soon as he actually crosses that mid-court, half-court line, I mean, the defense, you automatically have to collapse your defense. And let's see if the Lakers can actually hit shots and hit open shots. And we'll actually see. Or do you actually let LeBron just get his and then stay on everybody else?
LeBron is your top three-point shooter. Believe that. He's a top three-point shooter. He's also your point forward. All right? He's also second on the team right now in rebounds. First on the team in assists. LeBron goes down, you're done. Okay? But LeBron hasn't been LeBron. Okay? So AD, although he had a great 40-point night 2 nights ago, I think 3 nights ago, other than that, I don't know what to tell you. But I do think if this team catches lightning in the bottle, they're relatively healthy. They can run the Western Conference. I like Denver. All right? I like Utah. I like Phoenix. All right? I like these teams. Hell, I even like Dallas. But these teams are not 100% solid. And LeBron can cause a problem.
A lot of weaknesses. Even like Dion, like what was with Ayton. He's actually slow-footed. I've seen him get burned on a lot of the. You put him in high pick and rolls, and not good.
And the Clippers too. And the Clippers.
They actually lost the game on purpose. You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they don't actually have to face the Lakers and listen. That's not them actually being scared in a sense though. But like you got the play-in tournament,
right?
The Lakers have to go through. Plus, it's going to be a grueling first-round series with the Phoenix Suns, or especially the Utah Jazz. Now they're going to come in to play you now. So I don't know, man. Now the Clippers do match up when they have players that actually matches up with LeBron now.
Oh yeah, the Clippers. Listen, the Clippers are probably set up to play these guys straight up. Yeah. You know, but they probably won't see each other to the finals anyway. The way this whole setup is going to be. I mean, I think tonight's the last game of the season, or last night. Tonight's the last game of the season. Okay.
Yeah, Brooklyn's playing today. There's a couple of the play-in tournament begins next week, and I'm definitely going to be looking at that, man.
Yeah, I mean, do you like the play-in tournament? Because I really,
I love it.
You know, I like to see it play itself out. If it plays itself out, obviously this is what the NBA is doing. Remember, I had mentioned this to another one of our private conversations. The NBA is doing this to give other teams who are kind of just missing out in the postseason, give them a shot to get in there. The NFL brought in an extra regular season game to give that extra team a chance to get in there. So these two make it, you know.
If you don't want to play in the play-in tournament, then play better. I mean, and then LeBron, look at Rob Pelinka, because I was scratching my head when they actually put this roster together. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Depending on two players. That was what I saw. You saw the back end of the team. Me, I'm looking at the whole thing. I'm saying, listen, man, if one of these guys or both of them go down, and we had this conversation even before the season started, this is a good team. They have a chance to go to the finals as long as they what? Stay healthy. What happened? They weren't healthy. What happened? They went downhill. So we can't afford that to happen, man. We just can't afford that to continue to happen. So if you're a Laker fan, you got to sit back and say to yourself, listen, man, I hope that we guys stay up and going and hope we execute. Don't try to be too cute. Move the ball around. Get the high percentage shot. Get back on defense. Rebound by committee. Eliminate the turnovers. And I tell you what, the Lakers will be in the Western Conference Finals. Again, as long as they stay healthy. So we shall see about that.
And it's only one game now, right?
Yeah, it's a one-game tournament, bro.
So if the Lakers actually lose, you're saying they're out. This is it.
Yeah. It's pretty much the way it works, bro. And I mean, it starts on the 18th of May, and this was not the one thing I wanted them to adopt, similar to the other sports, where baseball, there was a one-game wild card, and whoever won that game would then get into the playoffs. The NFL, obviously, they've been doing it for decades. You get to the playoffs, there's no 2 out of 3. You better win that game or you're eliminated. You won't play to the next 7-8 months later. So now the NBA is now bringing that concept now. One game elimination.
I love it. And listen, LeBron James, this is all on you. Let's show SJW, less pizza parlors and movies and a lot of different distractions here, man. That actually takes away from you. It takes away your mind from the game.
But you know this, exactly. But you know what the excuse is going to be? Oh, my ankle wasn't all 100%. It wasn't tip top. Hey, this is what he said. Listen, he was setting it up a long time ago. I don't like the play-in tournament, but you wasn't saying anything when the team was winning. You wasn't saying anything around the season when you was in the first place. Now you're in 7th place. Oh, I don't like this thing, and my ankle and blah, blah, blah. And I'm making excuses for it. I might not be the same guy I once was. Really? All these excuses are coming out now at the forefront. Really? All right.
Yeah, this is what I was telling my barber, because he was arguing with me. He was like, well, they can get into that 6th seed. I said, listen, the teams aren't going to let them get into that 6th seed. If they have to purposely lose a game or win a game, in a sense, though, to keep the Lakers in that play-in tournament, that's exactly what they want.
Exactly what they're going to do. And like I said, it's going to be interesting. Starting on the 18th of May, when this is the inaugural play-in tournament of the NBA. If it works out well, believe me, it'll be there forever.
Yes, sir.
And I guess but you know what, though? I'll say this real quick. It'll make teams play harder next year.
Yeah.
It will make people say, we got to be 6 seeds up. We got to play hard, man. We got to play hard. Yeah. And that increases the competition even more. I don't want to be in that damn play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Think about
That's true. That's true. And listen, and I'll make a prediction over here. If LeBron does get knocked out in that playoff tournament, I see the ratings actually surge and back up, man. I see it.
Yeah. You think somebody probably is kind of rooting for that? Yeah. Someone's probably rooting for that. Yeah, some high exec is rooting for that.
I know. But for the fans, I think you'll see more people actually watching these games now if LeBron is out of there, because he's actually upset a lot of people.
Yeah, he's going to have to do the Michael Jordan, as I always say. Just focus on your brand, brother. Focus on LeBron James and what LeBron James can do on the floor. That's it. Okay? That's it. Not very hard.
All right. We're going to wrap this up over here. This is our first live. I think it went well with no hiccups at all. I'm shockingly surprised, man. And first time actually doing this over here. And
man.
Thank you for the Hampton Inn for letting me use this boardroom over here. I feel like an executive, man. I just feel so powerful in here.
Yeah, so you got to kick you out at 12 o'clock.
Yeah. We're going to take a check out. I'm going to leave right now, man. We're going back to New York. Yep.
That's right. Gotham. We got 2 good basketball teams in Gotham, by the way. We're gonna cover that real soon too.
Nice little 4-hour drive, man. Nice little 4-hour drive.
Yeah, man. Enjoy that drive. It's very scenic, man. Very scenic. Enjoy it,
absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely beautiful up here.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. It was always a pleasure, you guys, being here. We thank you very much. And again, like Rashid always say, hit that smash button. Make the comments.
Yeah, definitely. Subscribe. And we got a lot of new subscribers. I think we got about 40 or 50 new subscribers between yesterday and today. And definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And we'll try to give you some more blazing content over here, man.
Yeah, man. It's just from the hip, man. It's just from the hip.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
right.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a good
All right.
weekend. Peace.